Hey guys, Taranto here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Taranto Coastline. Today spawning on the left, we've got Across the Pacific as the British forces. It's gone for Australian defence. Gone for a engineer into Aussie start. And on the right hand side is VHSMonster with Afrika Corps, who's gone for Battlefield Espionage. So Patreon back submitted game. In terms of ranks, both these players in the 1000 to 1100 ELO range. So one thing straight away here from Across the Pacific, didn't set a rally point. So the first built sapper was just kind of standing here for about 3 seconds. At the start of the game, you might as well set a rally point. Give yourself a bit of just make sure that nothing bad can distract you and your units start running out onto the field always. I'm not a huge rally point user myself, but definitely at the start of the game, it's time to use them. Get some sandbags up though, it's working well so far. So this was the start that I had the most success with, double engineer into double Aussie. Easy win there against Panzer. You can see that VHSMonster may be a little bit slow connecting the fuels here with this kind of capping order. High munitions, slow on fuels. It's going to delay the tech a little bit, especially if you're trying to rush out something like a flat feeling. Gonna slow things down a touch. And I think if you see Australians, maybe it's a good idea to try and go for like a 250. Since they don't have snares, they can't upgrade AT rifles, they are definitely vulnerable to the light vehicles. And on a map like this as well, like it's pretty hard to operate an anti-tank gun. They can keep you safe down here and up here. So it just makes it very awkward to defend against. Especially if you're already planning to get a flamethrower squad.
The sandbags are laid, Commander.
Yeah, good number of sandbags up from Across the Pacific. Got some nice firing positions set up. Some cheeky attack ground stuff going on. Yeah, it's a good retreat. Tech coming up now for VHSMonster. Just completed. And now Across the Pacific going for a section. That's fine.
The enemy is trying to take a point from us.
And past that squad a little bit there. Got another sapper coming up actually.
The enemy has control.
Probably too much to try chase for the kill there, but
Infantry section
might be able to win the fight here also. Because he's idle down here for quite some time. Make sure you got those capping orders queued up. A good idea from VHSMonster jumping back into the building. Don't see any flamethrowers upgrading here. So these sappers can't do much. So he's going to try to go for a decap over here, but it's not actually going to be a full cutoff maneuver. Still going to be connected through the munitions point. Kind of hard to get a cutoff on this map these days after all the changes it's gone through.
Repeat, sector lost.
Pretty tough to decap this high muni point at like any stage. Aussies probably have the best chance since they have faster decapture rate, especially once they get Vet 1. But it's oftentimes not really worth going for this high munitions point. It just takes too long to decapture it. Very hard for it to work. Unless you've got like a machine gun set up on it, such that your enemy can't actually run onto it and contest. Oh, what is going on with these guys over here? There was some very weird movement. I think VHSMonster was in control of that. Ooh, a second section here from Across the Pacific. I think this is a bad idea. Should probably have gone for tech at this stage. Usually you would be expecting like a light vehicle coming up from DAC within the next 30 seconds, and if you don't even have your tech started, it's going to be tough.
Maintain distance! Infantry! Always eager to serve.
A recce package upgrading here as well.
Contact forward! Contact!
Which, again, against DAC, it's a bit of a problem. These guys are, I believe, friends, so maybe they know each other's play styles, but you get you into some real trouble against normal style DAC play where
Infantry closing on us!
the opponent can typically have like a 250 with a squad running around and then a flat feeling or 8-rad or something. Investing this much into infantry with no vehicle counters is very, very risky. Getting up now as well. Maybe a little bit late. I think these squads were standing in base for quite some time. Back here though, maybe some healing gonna come online from the 250 for VHSMonster. Just activate it now, start healing. Lasts for long enough to get some good value. Didn't have to delay it that long. But it's a good thing if you're going to be delaying your healing, the 250 acting as a stopgap. 2 machine guns now for VHSMonster. It's going to be tough to outmaneuver.
We have a surplus of command points, Commander.
It's not in cover though, maybe the Aussies behind heavy cover can win this. Now so the Panzer Fire Flame are coming online and still could be pretty effective. Going for Brenz on this other section. I have to cancel that and go for the AT rifles. I would imagine Across the Pacific probably doesn't have anti-tank grenades ticked yet at this stage either. Not cancelling the Bren.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Okay. Well, at the moment, dominating map control, but a tough army composition to make work here.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
AT gun now for Across the Pacific. A little bit too far back, the flamethrower's not in range
A new
here.
battle group ability is yours to use.
Comes in now. Be considering sending this up to the top as well, trying to dislodge the squad that's up the top. So that's where he's heading. And given the movements from Across the Pacific to this point, I'll be pretty confident as VHSMonster that probably don't have to worry about too many mines. I expect maximum like 2 mines.
Anti-tank weapons.
So I haven't seen too many like engineers up on the top, not doing much. Most of them have been kind of running through the middle into these machine guns. So wouldn't be too worried about that. I'll repair this up before sending it up to the top. I think I'd send it up to the top, force the retreat, and then maybe repair and cap. This point's already been capped by a machine gun. Just a small inefficiency there. Okay, went for strength and economy and the supply run. Trying to head on into the machine gun, but squad behind cover has enough firepower to win. Again, using the 2 of the same unit to cap right now. This is yeah. Needs to be getting maybe into like a more aggressive position with your machine gun if you want to be capping with it. It's so slow to cap. You kind of want an enemy to potentially run into it while it's capping. Can be hard to do sometimes though, like avoiding getting vision to your opponent around the capture flag, but just try to stay like right on the edge and it can work. That way you can cap and force away a squad at the same time. Since the Panzer Grenadiers have like faster capping, often want to do capping with them more than with the machine gun. Got the flak feeling out now. Well, this is so late. Look at how late this is. 70 fuel in reserve.
Stuart's light tanks are ready for mustering.
The wire's done.
Could have been on the field about 3-ish minutes earlier than this if he was faster about capping the fuel at the start of the game
We've lost
and
the
went straight
sector to the
for it
enemy.
instead of going for all these machine guns first.
He's lost it. He's not too pleased.
Ooh, late retreat here.
Engineers out of
Ouch.
contact.
They died surprisingly fast. That squad's going to survive though. AT gun there. Okay, it's going after the 250 and it gets it up on the top. Does mean, oh, that everything's dying down here to the flak though.
Sector overrun.
AT gun coming down, but this is too risky running straight down here.
Control.
Has to run away from the machine gun. The flak could even swarm in here and take this out. Again, this weird kind of stuttering movement. Maybe it was A move forwards and they couldn't quite
You have 3 command points available.
shoot or something. That was weird. And now he's just in the mix. No escape for this AT gun. Gotta consider
He has 300
the
points
AT gun
remaining.
positioning. Is it safe on the way home? And it definitely was not now stolen just before the Stuart arrives as well for Across the Pacific.
Stuart tank.
For Across the Pacific, like, I do like going Aussies with the Stuart, but at this timing you can see the fuel. We could have been in like Crusader territory,
The
not too
enemy
far
has
from
our
Matilda
victory
given
point
how
now.
good his fuel control and map control has been to this point. So given the strong start, I probably would have just gone for a straight tick up, especially with turning over the AT gun. It's been decrewed again somehow. Just the recce section. Stuart's like okay against infantry and of course pretty good against the flak, but Crusader's even better and has more health, so it's less likely to die to an AT gun. VHSMonster going for an LEIG. Typically very good on this map. Incredibly hard to beat. Use the 250. That's actually a bit of a problem because he kind of needed that for healing.
We've lost a sector.
Flak is not quite vet 1 yet. That's a big anti-tank grenade. He's got the incendiary munitions. There's huge damage. I wonder if that was from vet 2 squad as well. So AT grenades with that damage bonus are crazy at vet 2. And the AT gun up for grabs over here. Had the opportunity to maybe pick it up before the suppression kicked in if he was watching that closely. Don't see the commander upgrade on the Stuart. Maybe he didn't have an upgrade at all. He's got plenty of munitions though. If you're up against this battle group, I would suggest going for smoke, because your Stuart can die so quickly to like the ambush, incendiary munitions. You need the smoke to kind of like keep you alive, force your opponent to attack round. Gets the decrew there. Probably not the best use of the V1 on the Panzergrens. Just run and gun would have been superior, and then you're in a closer position to actually pick up their AT gun afterwards. Maybe save the V1 to like a head-to-head fight against one of the other squads.
Initiating rollout of battlefield commissions
That's
for the
alright.
men.
So it's going to be double AT guns here for VHSMonster.
Grenade packages are inbound, Commander.
Stuart has managed to limp its way back home. Yeah, you can see there's no commander popping out.
We are losing territory.
Back here for some repairs now.
Sappers ready.
Definitely a time where I'll be going for a sweeper as well.
Royal Engineers.
Push for faster repairs and just
A new
time to
infantry
worry about
section
mines.
is ready for battle.
be careful here. Very low angle on the LEIG at this range. Hard to dodge those shots.
To enemy action.
Bit slow bringing in the flamethrower here to deny the heavy cover.
We have command points available for use.
Oh, cheeky close range smoke there even.
Rifle grenades and
decent idea.
The enemy has our victory point now.
Grenade may be a little bit obvious behind that. I think I probably would have run into this light cover here with the Panzergren. So that you have some cover against this squad. I know that the scope rifles do deny some cover, but still better than nothing. Managed to get the decal. Oh yeah, late retreat here from VHSMonster. He loses the squad.
A fuel point is being overrun.
Old-fashioned inattentiveness there.
Territory sector lost, Commander.
Let's get one on this now. The Stuart is healthy again. Where are these AT guns? Oh, they are way, way far away. This is... You can't be doing this.
Damnation.
You can't be using your flak when you know there's a Stuart on the field and your AT guns and your snaring units are absolutely nowhere close. That's way too risky. The Stuart gets a tread shot off. It's just lights out. GG.
Taking losses
The
here.
rifle nades, so it does mean AcrossThePacific has gone for grenades on these sections. Something to keep in mind as VHSMonster. Don't want to get too close with your vehicles. You will take an AT nade.
Come on.
Taking fire. Our victory point is being overrun.
A lot of stuff idle back here.
Lay out the sight. They're breaking through us.
Tick coming up though. See, the real strength of this battle group is typically playing around a Funkwagen and getting the buffs from it. So far, haven't seen any of that for VHSMonster. That's coming out here. Now, one thing you can do with your indirect fire in this game is you can attack move with it. If you do like an attack move like just in front of it, it will like auto set up and fire.
Command points need to be assigned.
So just setting up an attack move every now and then. Help reduce your micro burden. If you got not much on. The T-guns here, they won't set up though. Oh, that's not quite enough to kill. The Stuart has to back away with the double AT guns right there. It's not quite a kill. 2 shots with the incendiary munitions. I did some testing with 1 AT gun, you know, with the reload time factored in. Stuart does survive on, I think it's like 19 health. But a couple like flak shots that happen to penetrate, that can just be death. 2 shots with the incendiary munitions, so gotta be really, really careful with your Stuart here.
Archer TDs ready for construction.
That's where the smoke comes in handy. Try to force those attack rounds. But here we go, Matilda about to pop out. No healing at the moment for VHSMonster. It's going to be costing a lot of manpower. At this stage I'll be maybe even considering making healing. With the incendiary munition packs, you don't have to be as worried fighting against a Matilda because they just do so much damage to a Matilda, like the percentage health over time damage. So you can kind of get away with delaying stuff. And the infantry for VHSMonster is still pretty strong. Aussies aren't actually that good in the late game engagements. Here to dislodge this machine gun.
We're losing a victory point to
That
enemy
feeling
action.
sees the Matilda, and there's a second one in the works. The T-guns lining up here.
Under enemy
Machine guns a little bit far back to support the AT guns. And same story with the flak.
Matilda infantry support available
Need to
for orders.
push this up here to suppress these squads.
You have command
Oof.
points available.
Yeah, this is slightly better. Not necessary to use the V1 because you're going to win this fight anyway with the flak feeling there, but that's the kind of situation. No retreat from across the Pacific costs them a squad. Meanwhile, a Panzer IV Corlin from VHSMonster. Slightly out retreat. Needs to retreat this squad as well. Gotta be careful on this map. Retreats are treacherous. If you're retreating from this spot, going all the way down here, so likely to get squad wipes. But no chase from VHSMonster with the P4. Those hands full down here. Oh, Matilda's getting some nasty hits. I think that was just one shot from the AT gun, right? It's done that much damage to Matilda. P4's coming in from the side now as well. VHSMonster desperately wants to hold on to this AT gun. Matilda's got pretty bad penetration. Getting some lucky shots in. I think it was like about, what was it, 80 pin long range, something like that. Less than 50% on the P4's front. Doesn't always matter.
The boss held all victory points. Act now.
Oh, we got to be very careful. This AT grenades will be the engine damage. Oh, tries to recrew this. Yeah, in front of a Matilda, that's just not going to work. Especially if the Panzer Greens are not full health, so that Miles crewing the gun are not full health. So Across the Pacific's going to go for the steal here. Trying to get in range for an AT grenade. I think the P4 will survive one more shot here, but... Oh, it gets around to the side. Oh, that was a nasty shot from the P4. Need to be chasing with these squads, running and gunning.
5 command points available.
T-gun setting up here. Bounces. Not Vet 1 yet. Doesn't have the armor reducing ability. Tilda very low now. Oh, bounces. He's lucky. He activated the smoke, but not fast enough to disappear into it before the shot came through. Running good there across the Pacific. A little bit slow backing away after the AT gun fire was coming in. Gonna cost him that Matilda. Army size wise now, VHSMonster way ahead. He's going for the med truck. I think that's fair enough. Should we have a look? That's
We have 300 points remaining.
grades. Okay, he's got veteran squad leads, of course. No smoke. Nothing else.
Vehicle as requested.
Easy one for the assault greens here. Actually might be a tiny bit far away to have the max damage running. And no chase here. P4 still too badly damaged. With just one AT gun now, though, things are looking a little bit dicier for VHSMonster.
Patched up. Clear the way.
It's 2 Matildas.
Taking damage. Weapon team fully healed.
So yeah.
MG-34 on standby.
Okay, machine guns in this. That's actually going to be pretty relevant here. How fast they decap though. BP's small lead for across the Pacific at this stage. And appears are coming in quite slowly. Looks like he has been pillaging some weapons, which is good.
Clear the body. Man the gun. We're getting in a mode. Driver, are you with us? Then do something.
Pacific now might consider going for a second engineer himself. There's a huge amount of munitions floating as well.
This will hold you for a have 200 points remaining.
So maybe incentivized him to go for the creeping barrage, but went for the archer.
Pinson mount ready.
We're losing grass for the victory point.
You know, the archer in the long run might be good if you fight against a tiger later on, but right now the creeping barrage would have more of an impact.
Attack has been silenced at the
The cruise needs to jump back on that immediately without the Packers in some trouble here. Oh, this could be the end of the Matilda, maybe? No. Had a squad there that could have come through for an anti-tank grenade and that would have been dead. P4 ends up dying, Matilda disappears into the smoke. Running forwards now with the Panther Greens, but it's too late. Oh my god, these Matildas. Flak feeling goes down out the back as well. The stolen AT gun just torching VHSMonster. Being barraged now. Another Matilda, 3 Matildas. And you can't stand in front of them for too long. They just do so much damage to infantry. And with that, I think VHSMonster too far behind. Decent idea here using the long-range vision so you can see what's coming. And Stuart. Got a mortar now for across the Pacific, and it's about to take down the squad inside the building. Don't think he noticed it. VHSMonster does have enough munitions for an anti-tank grenade, but he's not using them here. I'm not sure what he's doing. Severe lack of anti-tank grenades. Yeah, and then just throwing squad after squad away into the middle. Alright. So yeah, team weapon positioning needs to be a bit more considered by both players. Like, oftentimes when fights were breaking out for VHSMonster, maybe a machine gun will be back here, but the squads fighting will be like 10-ish range too far. Just a simple like A move forwards with the machine gun at that stage can help you out so much. As soon as the suppression kicks in, and you don't have to, like, you know, it takes barely any micro, just select it, A move it. Instead of selecting and trying to drag, move it. Can help out a lot. Generally, you know, the AT gun pushing up all the way here across the Pacific to kill the 250, leaving itself massively exposed on the way home. Set him quite far behind, honestly, at that stage. Could have been overrun. I will say, like, yeah, well, let's start at the beginning. The build orders were fine enough. I think VHSMonster maybe giving something away in the early game by not going for a 250 against Australians, since they don't really have any defense. But that's okay, you know. Then the light vehicle phase, just mistiming it. VHSMonster's flak, I think, arriving, what was it, 10, 11 minutes? Just too late. It's still obviously a good unit, but got to be getting that out earlier. That's a higher priority than building a bunch of machine guns. Especially if opponents building like recce sections, or even Aussies which have a bit of extra sight that can help outmaneuver them. Same story for the Stuart. That arrived really, really late. Usually with Australians, if you're getting a Stuart at the like 12-ish minute mark, you've lost the game at that stage because you've just been overrun by your opponent's light vehicles. Excuse me. So yeah, got to be faster on the light vehicle timings. And yeah, across the Pacific, probably want to hang fire on upgrading your squads, especially against Afrika Korps, in case you need to upgrade one of these sections to AT rifles to counter what they're getting. Just hold it off. Maybe once the Stuart arrives, you can make a decision to go for an anti-infantry upgrade on your section. But on top of that, it's probably one too many squads if you want to be rushing the Stuart out. Let's just go for one fewer section. And that would be better. Yeah, and on top of that, VHSMonster, like slow capping the fuel with the capping order. That needs to be a higher priority. I think on this map as well, the Kruitschützen is pretty good. Can really help you contest the top side of the map, but it's not essential. I'd say also VHSMonster maybe delaying healing a little bit too long. I think, yeah, as I said, one of the real strengths of this espionage battle group is you kind of like have your forward mid truck, your funk wagon, it's buffing everything up, and anything that comes in your path just kind of gets owned because of all the buffs and all the stealth and all the healing and the forward pressure. But didn't really get to see that used on this particular match. But the P4 calling did all right. Ultimately, in the late game, though, the AT gun positioning a little bit lackluster, maybe not respectful enough of the anti-infantry prowess of the Matildas, too willing to have squads sitting in front of them, not really accomplishing that much, suffering too many wipes. On top of that, VHSMonster, yeah, really lacking anti-tank grenades, especially with this, the bonus damage and the Vet 2 bonus damage on them. It's like, I think it's like 240 damage or something. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's a crazy amount. So can really help even against something sturdy like the Matilda, maybe especially against something sturdy because it's guaranteed to pin. Probably could have killed 2 of these Matildas if he was a bit sharper on the anti-tank grenade usage. But yeah, the LAIG is very, very good on this map. As I said, just try to like attack moving it as well, like between barrages. Then it'll auto set up and rotate and fire, which maybe it doesn't matter too much on this map specifically, since most of the action is going to be here. Not too much off to the side, but on some of the other maps like Road to Tuners, it can be pretty handy. Or Faymanville. Yeah, nice to see the Command Stewart vision as well. It's a very good tool, especially if you're against double machine guns and double AT guns, help you outposition them. The vision from that was good. But definitely lacking mines from across the Pacific, especially with a double engineer start. Oftentimes, playing the Aussies, my first like few doses of munitions will be on mines. Maybe if you're planning to go for like a AT rifle section, you want to make sure you're still floating 50 munitions so you can go for the boys. But apart from that, if you plan to go for like a 2-pounder, 6-pounder dingo or something to counter the early light vehicles from DAC, get some mines down, try plug the holes that the Aussies have. Spots like here, all very good. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, just, yeah, be very careful on this map as well, retreating from over here. It's just always a nasty firing line running through this area of the map. You can so often get squad wiped. Triple Matildas. That was alright. No real flanking action though, just all straight ahead stuff. Maybe could come around the side with one, force the AT guns to rotate, and then roll through the middle with everything else. Especially if you got vision from the Stewart confirming what's going on. That's kind of what you want to do if you're up against like a mass AT gun player. Try force the AT guns to rotate, then maybe back away. You could even pop smoke and not even back that far away. Maybe hiding behind the elevation down here. And roll through here and then come out of the smoke and surprise, you lose the game. Especially if they don't have like a anti-tank loiter. That's often a game-winning type push. Well, anyway guys, we're up on that. If you like again recast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.